that it's allowing me to go live, although I'm on. That's crazy. Like, how is it allowing me to go live and I'm on the same account?
Because you're on a different phone. But I can hear the audio change.
Well, you can hear the actually, I'm not going to disconnect. Well, I'll disconnect it just to show you. What you like? You hear me now?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. But let's. So I'm gonna go live from this phone. I'm already live. You just basically send me a request. Ooh, that look clear.
Okay. So do I hang up this call?
Yes.
Because that's the way I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
All right.
About to give y'all a little presentation. Ooh, that's clear. Freedom. About to give y'all a little presentation. Let me make sure the music is connected. Nope, I just disconnected. Actually, let me just send her a request. Let me tell you about this girl. Maybe I shouldn't. I wish I still knew the words to this song. This used to be my joy.
Successfully paired.
Y'all hear my Bluetooth? He sound crazy. Woo! Shout out to D'Angelo. This was a classic. Might have to do a remix to it called Organic Sugar. So, you know, they like brown sugars, molasses, and, you know, sugar period these days. They're finding out that may not be the best thing for us. It's everywhere, like crack, and addictive too. Lyrics, where my lyrics? Got it.
Blessings, everyone.
Bless. Got the queen on board. Herbal Beauty Babe.
Whoop, whoop.
I'm like thinking if I'm prepared or not. I might have to do Take Me Higher because
That's my favorite.
Well, because that's your favorite and because of the music. I'm looking at the conditioning of my car, outside and inside. I'm just like, let me just ignore it, tune it out. Because I'm like, oh, this work.
That looks beautiful. We can't see that close.
Let's get into it. Not quite sure how much of a warm up I've had, so
all you need is to breathe.
don't judge
Just
me.
warm up with your breath, like move your shoulders up and down, and then just breathe.
Let's go.
Hold on, I'm gonna share this to everybody. They're gonna be like, why Jack Crystal keeps sending me all of these messages?
Nah,
She
it's
on
okay.
live.
Block that thought out. It's just
No,
share.
it's really, I'm joking.
Yeah, because I used to.
It's to get them to open it. Like, let me see what she want.
I can't do this. It's not allowing me to do the same unless I sign it to a different account, which I have not been able to successfully do yet.
Well, I have all of your music on cue on my end.
I was trying to share with you, like, but it's okay, because you know what I do is, I don't know if you do the same, but I take it allows you to download the video after the live, and I just take it and share it on the other platform.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But that's what the music house is about. Us coming together and being able to promote virtual or live performances.
Okay.
And but yeah,
Bless greetings.
Greetings everyone. Greetings. And then having help, like
we're gonna sing for y'all.
Host.
So stay on.
Host the live, because it's one thing, and that's not even just live virtually, but even when I street perform, it feels way more professional and comfortable when I have someone with me, even if they're not hosting and they're just like kind of just there.
Yeah.
Even security wise.
Yep. Because that's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be. That's the natural form.
Yeah. 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 Like I said, it brings me back to when I was a child. And by law, you can't leave your child on the street. So an artist and an entrepreneur should keep the same bylaws in their mind.
Right.
If you out here thinking that you're trying to pursue, yes, your brand is a separate entity. It's a baby.
That's right. It's your offspring. It's coming from your soul, and so you gotta love it. You gotta watch out for it. And I think the same with us when we have two parents. It's the same with your art. You have to have someone else that that can uplift it just as much as you do.
Let's try to say brand, because I want to be universal as much, because not everyone who sees this is going to be
brand,
an artist or in the arts or be able to relate. But you and I know we all want freedom and want to be our own bosses and self-employed. We all have a purpose and a dream and something that we want to do. And sometimes people, they take the fact that I'm been doing it for a lot of years and they're just intimidated and overwhelmed, like, oh, well, I can't do that, or you have that because you sing. And I'm like, no, I didn't always sing. I used to sell candy on the subway. I did that for many years.
Yeah.
Before I was dancing professionally, before I was singing professionally, I would buy wholesale candy and sell it retail like the store does, even though the price went up and up and up and up. And there's still people out there in the streets now selling candy, whether it be on the trains or on the side of the streets or wherever it is. Like, it's the thought and the action prepares you
Yeah.
Let's get into this song. Let's see. Make sure that sound is right. Turn it up. So give me some down. Finally get to. I can't wait till I be able to serenade you in real life. But but this virtual world, I'm accepting it. I'm accepting it. I'm not. I don't want to say accepting like accepting. I'm grateful for it.
Yes, I am too.
Close your eyes. Can't you see? I'm right here exactly where you want me to be. Listen close. Can't you hear it? Our hearts hit the beat like boom so perfectly. Oh, I know you like that. Oh, you trying to fight that. Oh, you trying to leave, girl. You think you slack shit up, you right back. Please stop playing with me. This isn't what you want. Remember, pull me to the side. Said you always been sober. I've got that fire. Now take you higher. I'll be your drug, your love. No man would have you in the zone or Jupiter. You have a stupid buzz. Are you ready for the ride? Don't lie, ain't gotta be down. You ain't got a real drug, baby. You ain't got a real high, lady. Till you get a little this, take some of that, take some of this, and come right back. You ain't got a real buzz, baby. You ain't got a real high, lady. Till you get a little this, take some of that, take some of this, and you come right back. I've got that fire. I've got that fire. I've got that fire. I've got that fire. Yes, sir. Verse 2. Yeah. What you gonna do? Always so happy, so faded. You stay in my zone, so they call you a junkie. Close your eyes. It's just you and me. No man-made thugs, you got a real G. That fire, I'm taking you higher. You trust, you love. Have you in this song, don't you bitter? You have a stupid buzz. Are you ready for the ride? Don't lie, ain't gotta be down, I'ma get you high. Yeah, and make you come right back. You ain't had a real buzz, baby. And make you come right back. And I'll take you higher. And I'll take you higher. Yeah. Oh, and I'll take you higher. Close your eyes. Can't you see? I'm right here exactly where you want me to be. Listen close. Can't you hear it? Our hearts hit the beat like boom so perfectly.
Woo!
That was fun.
That's
That
the
was
jam.
fun.
That's the jam.
That was fun. We gotta do this more. You know, I take for granted sometimes the virtual world. I'm so used to living in the real world.
Yeah.
Or in my head, or in, the virtual, just live.
Yeah. You got to do gospel. One more.
Yeah, I will. I think we should end on another song, but at this point
Okay.
we should probably get into some more juices, like some of what we were discussing and talking about,
Yeah.
and end on that. I don't know what our time is, but I actually really don't even care if it's a long extended videos, because I should have more long you as well, because on online you want to have your shorties, and you want to have um your extended videos, because believe it or not, they pay more for the longer videos than they do for the short ones.
Okay. You're speaking about YouTube?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't realize that.
Yes. I mean, it's got to be your core audience that's going to sit and so on and so and watch and engage. But how do you build a core audience unless you consistently keep doing it? Everyone, even myself included, is
Right.
not going to always just release a video and go viral. Since that
Right.
viral video that I had on my platform, I've been working to do it again, and found that it's a science, it's a strategy, it's consistency. And when someone else, I don't know why the screen keeps when it keeps like going on to setting, and I don't want to
We can still see you.
yeah, but like it's got like the when it sleeps or begins to go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's when I found out that a lot of the companies, and brands and YouTubers, they don't show the people behind the scenes or even
They
discuss
don't.
what
They don't.
goes
They don't. I
into.
was shocked to learn that too. When twice. First, I watched a show where the lady showed that she actually had people helping her make her videos and promoting them. You were thinking that she just self did this all by herself and it was a hit. Actually, no, she had two people. And then just taking classes and seeing how people say, oh, I started off all by myself, and they didn't. They had someone helping them every step of the way. And I think that's wrong. Like, that's
Happy
so
New
wrong
Year's.
to say that. Happy New Year. I definitely feel that.
Yeah, it's that's why we got to do it, Queen. We just got to come out here and do it and consistently do it. And my goal these days has been to manifest a term I like to use is vibe tribe. I've even been
That's a good
attempting
time.
to find like-minded individuals on dating apps, and I'm not afraid to you know
You
be
should.
on here talking about it. Like, even though I know a couple of them who've met
Everybody, a
me.
lot of people use dating apps, so it's not, it's no big deal.
I
And so
know,
for you
I
to
know, but I'm on
specifically point
there.
out on your app, this is who I'm looking for.
You don't want
It
to
it
know
makes
my vibe.
it makes it easy. It makes it easy.
I
Like
wanted to put
don't
that.
even swipe to the left or the right. Don't message me unless you down with this, blah blah blah. And that's it.
Yeah, it's been a journey and a new experience, because um knowing who you are more gives you clarity, and knowing the business gives you clarity. Like, before, I didn't have this experience like in the business, and know that no matter how much money I was making and complacent I was, like there was this always, I won't say more, but more organization. Because yeah, we all strive for more and more and more and more and more, especially the people that get high off of just numbers and success. And I'm one of those individuals, but I also try to remember to be grounded and humble. And I'm sure that's why the universe didn't put me in a spot when I was younger and I had the opportunity to dance professionally with these huge companies or sign to these record labels that have been trying to sign me since like 6 years ago. And I chose to be independent and chose to be single and not married, because you'll be, you know, it was not for you, especially not having
the right one. Your soul's calling for the right one. And
right
your soul's
ones.
calling for
Right ones.
Okay, right ones. Your soul's calling for the right. Well, I'm speaking about everything you just said. So, you want multiple partners for business. And do you also want multiple partners for your relationship, like personal, intimate relationships as well?
Is that a question or a statement?
I'm either way it goes. I'm just saying. That's why I said right one. So I'm gonna correct it.
We dive in
You
that.
can have as many
that
relationships
heavy
as
already.
you love. You can have as many as you want. I mean, it's up to you.
We dive in that heavy in topic already in philosophy. Like, I mean, like,
I don't have any judgment on it because in the end, I'll be judging myself. So I don't.
That, you know, I've for some time wanted to have this discussion publicly. Like, I wanted to set a separate series or video.
I don't think it's anything separate from music, because it happens in music. It happens in any form of business. I mean, because it's a part of your personal life, and your personal life rolls over into your business no matter what. People will say, keep it separate. You can't. You just can't.
Yeah, that's exactly what they say too. That's it. Oh, money and family don't mix. Money and blood, like it's an illusion. Bullshit. Bullshit. What if that's like telling Chris Brown not to keep his mom out of the business?
Yep.
No.
That's like telling Akon and all of his partners about, you can't be a part of anything that I'm doing. And they're an intricate part. Like, he's famous because of these women in his life. And
wait, the beginning?
I'm sure. I don't think he's ever been monogamous, whether he was legally married or not.
I didn't know that. I thought that came later after he was successful.
Well, and then so I don't mean to just call specific names, but however, it goes into women as well. There are women who are famous and who has been successful, and they've had multiple relationships that has helped them in their success. It hasn't been, oh, they just were in love and monogamous with one man. No, they've had multiple relationships, and so some of them are public, some of them aren't. I think Monique is the only one that has been public with the fact that she has had more than one relationship, or a husband plus other male relationships included in her marriage, as well as the opposite way around. I mean, it goes both ways. So I think that when it comes to love, it's really a personal decision that you make of what your needs are, and because it's gonna roll over into your success, your business life, whatever you're doing.
It has, and I can't wait till one day. It has. I want that to be that's gonna be a separate episode as well. It has. Oh my God, because I was so on that wave a bunch of years ago, but the women that I was trying to build with, minds were locked.
Well, I mean,
So like, and it was too late for me though, because I've already grown attached to them and they were attached to me. And then when I tried to, form all of us like, yo, this is such and such, this is such and such. Let's work, let's build, let's throw out our feelings and just build for now. Obviously, she's doing XYZ, you're doing XYZ, I'm doing XYZ. Let's take out the emotions for a moment and build something. Obviously, we have something that's tangible and working for us physically, financially, and spiritually. It turned into that movie, Hustle and Flow.
That sounds fun to an extent. Minus the degradation part.
Yeah.
Minus that.
Again, but that was the beginning of my consciousness to accepting this is what I want. And although the majority of men and women out here, their minds are locked when it comes to stuff like that.
Well, it depends. Some want that either because it's programmed naturally or it's just something that they want. And if it's just something that they want, because I mean, you see it, the what do they call it? Power couple. And just us two, let's, against the world or with
that's
the
programming
world,
though.
And it is, however,
since childhood.
It's programming. However, it is about acceptance as well. If that's what they want and they choose, you see, that's what they want and they choose is what they can handle. And I'm being honest because there are going to be multiple beings, whether men or women, that are unable to handle the paradigm of sharing a relationship, being a part of a relationship, because that's really what a relationship is. A relationship is a multitude because it comes from the word ship, and then you're relating to that ship that's abroad, and there's never just one person on a ship, never. So if you're going to use the word relationship, you can just accept the fact that you are in a polyamorous type of situation, because that's what that is. Now, if you're talking about a union, then you have to decide what the multitude of that union will be. Is it going to be just two people? Is it going to be three? Like, there has to be a limit. And some people place limit on their unions, and it's all about what you can handle or what you need, right? That's going to bring you, keep you, and sustain you. And that's what I love about it.
Well, so to answer your question, I'm going back to my roots. Since a child, it's always been natural for me to have I mean, although
it was never natural for your ancestry, especially here in Americas, like the indigenous gene tribes always had two or three in their matrimony. So it was the man and two women minimum or maximum. And so it's natural for you. That's why I say with your unions, you want to decide what's your limit, what you can handle, and what they are going to be able to handle, because you want women that are embracing this scenario, this situation, this union, and not coming into it with the mindset of they're doing it for you. They're doing it because they love you. They have to do it because they love themselves and they want it, because this is what's bringing them to their highest state of being. You see, you like, you can have, because if you're in a relationship and there's all of y'all around and they all have different mindsets, like you said, as to how their life looks like, how things are going, and then they're only doing it to please you, and because you're so powerful with your words and your voice, and so now they're hypnotized into thinking, yes, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be great. He's speaking truth, and then as time starts to move on and they start going, well, some women, because of their life, their upbringing, and the things that they've experienced, you see, brings about the emotions you speak on that reflect the need of their healing. They may need a lot of attention. This one may need a lot of attention, and then another one, she may not need a lot of attention. And so,
when it boils down to
however, the one that doesn't need a lot of attention may still have feelings of jealousy because this one gets a lot of attention. And so I'm speaking about right now women, but really I really am talking about women and men, because men have the same type of realities. And
yes.
I mean, from a personal experience, I've been married 3 times, and it wasn't until my experiences in my 3rd marriage that brought me to the understanding that me personally, I'm not capable at this point to be in this secluded couple marriage. It just can't work, because I need so much more than what that one person can give me, and vice versa. Like, you need things I'm just not gonna do. You need to call so and so right now. Tell her I said it's okay. That part. So yeah, that's my decision though. Based on the way things are going for me, how I see it in this realm. Like, now, if I was to say, I want to say if, because if it's so hypothetical. However, when somebody is with that person that can give them everything they need.
Good point.
Right?
But if you do get someone
then,
that is like
that, then you find yourself in that place where you're good. However, you're still going to be you still should be in an open mindset to not entrap this person.
yes.
Okay? Because people think that love is all about ownership. This,
possession.
And,
yes.
And the whole term of husband and wife is actually a terms of bondage and slavery.
Yes.
The husband is the owner. The wife is the property. And that type of programming, my soul just never was at rest with, because, like, you can't own me. It's just not going to happen. And likewise, I really don't want to own you. I don't want to have like some women have their claws in their man. I want you to be a man. Like, go be a man. Do what a man does, and not limit yourself to your life and your experiences because you form this union and agreement and you're raising children. It should be expansive. It should bring you to your highest self. And so when you're with someone that gives you everything you need, you still have to allow them to be free, because that's what you would want for you too.
Yeah.
So we should end the song. We should end with a song soon, because my phone is about to go out and I'm like, where's the charger? I don't know. I'm like looking around like, okay.
Well, okay, go get your charger. Where's this phone? I mean,
Let me
this.
see. Blessed greetings. Everyone joining on. Let me see. Look around. Charger. Where are you, Charger? Charge. Where are you, Charger?
I might have to thing over my.
Oh my gosh. Where's this charger? I think I misplaced it temporarily. Because yesterday I did so much yesterday. I moved and yeah, I don't know where the chargers are. I usually have spares, so I'm looking to see if I have a spare. I got a spare.
You know, I didn't get into. I wanted to get into the um the the definition of take me higher, and
Oh yeah.
we got into some juicy great stuff that I feel like is like a whole episode in itself. I'm gonna send you a copy of this as well. We might could just chop this up and just
You
put
can
it
chop it
out
up.
and just put it out in sections. But this is these discussions plus live music is needed bad. That way, the kind of minds that you're open to and wanting, they won't even be in your radius because they already
Right.
know what you stand for and are about.
Right. Exactly.
Oh, I'm not dealing with such and such because he's on that. Or they're on that. Like, because I've been looking at my my engagement and my analytics. And the more I just shed, it's just like, you know what? I'm gonna just be myself and stop trying to
Yeah.
fit into a box, because Instagram will have you thinking that too. Oh, this brand is just for this and just for that and just these pictures and just this quotes and just these
Right.
videos. And in real life, that's not you.
Nope. No.
An illusion. Like,
No. Yeah. Your brand is just as expansive as you are. So
I would start to recently, like, especially, I'm dealing with the bro. Yes, I couldn't even add him to the call, but we'll do a three-way conference like a next time. But you two would get a kick out of each other as well. But take me higher, to get back to take me higher. I mean, I don't necessarily have to. I probably have to look at the words. No, I could. So I'm basically literally speaking from personal experience and speaking what I know. I'm playing. The metaphor is drug. You ain't had a real buzz, babe. In fact, the original hook, it was two hooks, which I can't even remember what the second part was. But I was like, that's just too many stuff to remember in words. So I just took the first part and repeated it. You ain't had a real buzz, baby. You ain't had a real high lately. So you get a little bit, take some of that, taste some of this, and make you come right back. So I'm speaking on my love, the attention that I'm gonna give you, and how it is hypnotizing and seductive and addictive and a drug. And this is, again, been, and that could be vice versa, but it's personal. I'm telling the woman straight up, like, you think you out here strung out, you think that he's getting you off, or you getting yourself off, or that's what you think. Until you, it's like when you smoke weed for the first time, or you have some wine for the first time, or you lose your virginity, or you any kind of dopamine, that brain, that release, so chocolate for the first time, that experience, and you just like, this took me high. I want more of that. And frequencies is pretty much what I'm getting at. And when I wrote it, I wasn't even much in tune with what the hell I was saying as
You
I
were,
am now.
because when you write, you go, oftentimes we go instinctively into our meditative state, and you're in sync with your soul and your source of life and existence. And so you were writing in tune, even though you had yet to see the fullness of it. It was there. It was there.
Same thing
Take
with
you higher.
gospel.
That's why it's my favorite song, because it's like it's about being free. It's about elevating your mind. It's about enjoying the experience of being elevated. And that's amazingly the one step people are afraid of, that enjoyment process. Like, oh my gosh, this feels too good, so I don't want to do it because
Yeah.
I'm scared
Yeah.
of feeling good. I'm scared of being the best of me. And it becomes self-sabotaging of all their wants and desires, of all their goals and dreams, because they're scared of that feeling. And when that feeling comes, some people even feel uh, a sense of, do I deserve this? Am I worthy of this?
Preach.
Um,
Preach.
can I
Preach.
handle this feeling? I'm so used to you get so used to feeling like shit, like
Fear.
chewed up
Fear.
grass.
You just get
You get
you,
so used to feeling like chewed up grass, you think that's normal, you think
yeah.
that's where you belong. And so to 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 hear someone say, I'll take you higher, because that's your soul calling you, like you want to go higher, but you're scared because you're like, your mind is like, this isn't the package I asked for. Um, is this really happening? This has got to be an illusion, because I only thought stuff like this would happen in my dreams. I didn't realize I had this much power, that I could actually make this come to life and be real in my reality, not just in my thoughts only. You mean to tell me things that I dream about can actually manifest physically? What?
Facts.
Oh, this is
Facts.
a joke. This isn't real. This isn't the work of God. This is the work of the devil. This is a trick. And just on and on, just talking yourself out of it. And then when you finally hit that reality that this is real, this is my power, then you crying, oh, you in tears, oh, I messed up my entire life.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Super
no,
facts.
it's like when you feel that this is your start.
Some of us
Now,
who even
now
get
you can
there.
move in your power. Yeah, hopefully they do. Hopefully they get to that part where they break down. I don't care if it takes them 10 times to break down.
Yeah.
Break down, see your power, and start moving in your power. And don't look at the past and regret. Look at the past as that was showing you. So you now, when you move in your power, you got an example. You got full 100% example. Get out of my way. And I love that, get out of my way, because in New Orleans, you there right now. Ooh, you about to see my family. The Mardi Gras Indians is a representation of original Injuns and Ingenes, and a lot of the languages are lost. However, in Patois, they'll say like things, you'll hear them say like Aiko, Aiko, and one words will represent like a big statement of a phrase.
Mm.
um, uh, what is the word I'm looking for? Um, uh, Aiko, Funane, um, and there's another one. I'll come back to it when it hit my mind. But it's all about, they're saying get out the way, basically.
Mm-hmm.
That is that's the basic phrase of get out of the way. But the more expansive is, we coming through, make room, we moving in our power, and we gonna burn the road as we travel. So get out the way. And it's just an amazing feeling. So everyone is always excited to hear them, see them, because that energy that they vibrate and create those frequencies, you feel it in your soul. You be like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's how you should do. Like once you get to that part, take me higher. It's like once you can embrace the message, once you can embrace and see that like you already see you have that power.
Mm-hmm.
So you looking for the someone that sees that power within them to embrace it coming from you. That's that. And that's full circle.
Mm-hmm.
That's full circle. And that's the moving in your power. That's the get out our way because here we come.
Yeah, I
We
don't
burning the
perform
road.
it enough. I don't push it enough because there was a period of um like a couple of years ago when I was like, having label stuff going on and
Is that
indecisive.
why you wrote the song Funk You?
The no, this the song Funky, that's no, it had nothing
Those
to do with the label.
okay.
That was just to that's to the
That was
general
to
public.
release. Oh, okay.
Actually, that I don't know if that's I don't think no, it's not released. It's
Okay.
not public. It's
Okay.
in that folder that I've, sent to selected few. But
Okay.
when I went back and looked, I mean, and it's also on like these discs that I have, like, and that I give out in live performances. But I forgot to put it. I forgot to give it to the distributor, so it's not public. But yeah, that's a whole nother message is as well. That I don't know, having so much experience with um being out in the public, it gives you backbone, and it gives you a reference, opposed
Mm-hmm.
to being an artist and you go to school and you work a day job and you do it here and there enough to look good and sound good and be a package to be somebody's investment, because that's what you are. Somebody, oh, I see potential, and they invest in you, so you
Right.
go from where you was basic stuff, not to call anyone's lifestyle experience before the fame and before the investment basic, but
Mm-hmm.
there's not a lot of life
Groundwork.
experiences.
Mm-hmm.
No, if you spending all that time in school and at work, that's what you're doing, which is separate
Mm-hmm.
from being a full-time artist, which requires just
Right.
as much time as school and work or
Yeah.
raising a child. So now you go from working a day job to now you're this full-fledged artist full-time, and you can just see it in people's brands and hear it in their lyricism. Like, there wasn't a lot of groundwork.
There wasn't a lot of groundwork. Yeah. Mm-hmm. A lot
So
of growing, a lot of learning. That is why a lot of artists, when start off, they're very popular. They have their songs are written by that become famous are written by writers that are 20 years older than them. Um, I mean, it still amazes me to this day that Patti LaBelle back in the 80s sang the most fire song called New Attitude, yet she didn't write that song. And so, however, her singing it over and over changed her life, got her to thinking differently. It just opened my eyes to see that, yeah, some people take a little longer to grow spiritually than
mhm.
others. And there's nothing wrong with that. However, the facade that you create, you want to make sure that you are true and honest. to who you are and to who's listening. Tell them that you on a journey too. That you tell them like, I'm learning this as we are learning together. Like this is not something that I just massed upon the past 30 years from the time I was 3 and I'm 23 now. Like that tickled me when somebody, I think they were like 25, was like, I want to write a bibliography. And I was like, okay, this is interesting. You're going to write about your childhood. You must going to do a tell-all on your mama and daddy.
Yeah. 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 Pretty
Right?
much.
However, that's usually a cry for attention when we talk about that. So, like, I need attention. So, but yeah, but when you have gone through the walk and you've experienced something and you want to share it to somebody, that's being real. Yeah, that's being real.
The entire process, though, society, family, and friends have, man, tried to psychologically have me thinking that everything I stand for and what I'm doing is wrong. Like, oh,
Because
you're
you're
supposed to be,
elevating the people. They don't want you to do that.
you're supposed to have a day job. You're supposed to have one girl. You're supposed to have a day job. You're supposed to not move and think freely, and you're not supposed to move off of intuition. And oh, you just sing on the trains. You just dance on the street. You're just a street performer, and it's like, it sucks that.
That's that mind programming of caste. Yeah. Oh, modern culture and trend. Like right now, the modern culture and trend is all about money, how much money you make. That's how people advertise too. It's all about money. It's all about what, where you are, like your status, the type of people you're around. And so I think that's a facade of life. I think that's a facade. I think it's the biggest facade that you can create. And it's probably one of the greatest demise, I think, of women of color, and especially Black women, Afro American women. Like, why? It's 2020, and the majority of us, and I say us because I do put myself in that circle when I'm ready. And I call myself an Afro American. So I don't like to use the term Black. Never did. I feel like it doesn't represent me. It never did. So I like Afro. I like terms that are expansive. I can't use the word Creole because they just took and degraded that to some mulatto type bullshit, chewed up grass again. However, if you look at the etymology of the word Creole, that's a patois word. That's a patois word. That's an indigenous, Afro-indigenous word that means original. The word original is an incantation of words. People don't realize where that comes from. However, Creole, that meant native to the land. And so, we have people using that in all kind of erroneous ways. Like if you're mulatto, if you're mixed, if you're French, Spanish, and all this other stuff, that ain't Creole, honey. That is not Creole. Creole was the people who was already there before everybody got there. That's Creole. And Creole meant you had that blood. So now you can barely use that because they're like, oh, what you Creole. I was like, okay, never mind.
I understand now.
Yeah. So it's if women, if Afro American or Black women or African American women, and even from the landmass that they call Africa now, if they can see their power, if they can see their beauty, if they can see their color, and they can see their body, and they can see their hair, and let go of modern trend and culture, like take away all that mass illusion, this entire realm would shift polarities in a day, 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
If every single one of those women did that. So now you see why the programming is so strong and so real, because you have millions of women weaving their hair, millions of women straightening their hair, millions of women bleaching their skin, millions of women, and maybe millions is too exaggerating, thousands. Let's say thousands. That make people feel better. Let's say thousands.
I believe it's definitely millions.
Probably
It's definitely millions.
That's like you have made millionaires out of Wall Street once again. with you know, with hair, basically. And now you've got the bleaching of the skin. They got breast implants, bust implants, lip implants, everything to make somebody look like you already are. And you look in the mirror and say you're ugly. You don't see your beauty. You don't see your power. And you're not moving in your power. I don't care if you're famous, if you have $1 million. Michelle Obama herself, I've said that publicly all the time. Like, I was just so disappointed. I was just like, and yet still here we are. And so we proudly clapped and voted Kamala into office. I didn't. I voted for the natural hair lady, only, because I see souls. And I didn't even see a picture of her before I voted for her. I read her work, and I voted based on the vibration of her work and her name. And when I seen a picture of it, I was like, I told y'all. You see? So my hope and prayer every year is that these women can really see their power and let go of the illusion that they're walking in. Because that illusion that they're walking in, they're only creating more of it. They don't realize they're creating more of that momentum for the next generation and the next generation and the next generation. It just becomes a mask of confusion.
It is.
And that
generation.
It goes against the supernal binding of your spirit and soul. And what do you have left? You don't have anybody taking you higher. You can't go higher. You can't. You're limited.
It's definitely hard to date because of that, and it has nothing to do with COVID. But if if I'm no longer choosing to live in an illusion, and I look around and I'm attracted to the opposite sex, but I'm looking around and like 99% of your minds is not even in tune with yourself.
Right.
I'm like,
and so most Black men now, they find more elevated women who are non-melanated and of different, what we would call different nationality backgrounds.
It's like they have less of the program.
They have less of the program because they want to be elevated. They want to be in tune. And the irony is they want Afro American women to be in tune too. They be like, "Oh, I just want you to wear your hair natural. Oh, I just love it. It's so beautiful. It's so powerful."
They want to be y'all.
And they can't, and they want you, well, because some of them used to be us until the whitewashing took effect, right? I mean, that's something no one else wants to talk about when it comes to music. They just stick to, I'ma just sing about what works and what sells and what makes me $1 million. And I always say, at the end of the day, you made your $1 million, but where your soul at? Because that $1 million ain't gonna save your soul. It's not gonna amend and atone you at all for what you've done.
That $1 million can go into a marketing campaign that shifts
reverses
yes.
the process.
Yes.
It sure could.
So I definitely know
that's a way to put some soul to your money and make it work.
And I feel like that's why it's now it's more programming than ever. There's more fear placed on us than ever because they know there are still some, and I'm speaking like that now. I just feel like it's a way of thinking now that's been programmed in us since 100 years ago. So even if it's not a specific, I don't like to get into that kind of talk. This because my partner Eternal, he y'all love y'all politics, and I'm cool with the politics. I just don't give a fuck. Like I'm like,
Yeah.
is it equating to some cash
Politics is
or
like listening to
huh?
two crazy people talk. Politics is like listening to two crazy people talk.
Yeah,
You,
it doesn't to me if it don't make, if it's not adding up to like us buying some land and taking care of some women and kids, I'm just like, I don't even. But again, to get back to the point, which I'm saying, there's no one group or a mind or individual. It's a way of, like an invisible entity now that,
mhm,
and we like for example, how we govern and police ourselves. Or I'll give a personal experience. When I was incarcerated, and
mhm.
there's like thousands and thousands upon thousands of inmates and only a limited amount of COs. How is this limited amount of COs got these grown big behind men in line, and they had it so mass, the programming is so heavy, they put a woman in a badge and she's walking down the halls with a bunch of grown. It was just like, I felt like I was in a movie, but it was real. So
It
when
was
you come out
real.
here in
Very real.
society and you see that America is good, I'm not knocking America. I'm not knocking the brainwashing in the
No, don't,
programming.
because they're doing that all everywhere. Other countries are doing the same thing.
Following us, yeah, following. Again,
That mass incarceration.
I don't get into the, all I'm saying is to how I bring it back to even trying to build with a sister. I'm like, it's 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 confusing because the ratio of women out here, period, is heavy. Yet, and it's more women. Yet there's like the women that have a mind that is willing to, build with you. I'm just like, I feel like that kind of mind, or I'd have to send an SOS message through what I'm already doing in the exposure that I'm already getting, and that's through this platform of, music and art. Because to just be out here trying to court and just trying to date, especially where I'm at now, where I've switched from singing on a corner with nothing to a different tax bracket. And before I made that shift, I shifted my mind. So now old friends and relatives are looking at me like, and trying to have certain conversations, or look at me in past tense, and I don't even look at them at past tense. Like, I'm not going to judge you. I'm not mad about something that happened yesterday. I'm
Right.
walking in wealth, living in wealth, and that's all I'm accepting. Like, that's all I want to see. Even if you're like, oh, but Mark, save the world, free the world, we can, by being a reflection of it and being that change and being that. They see us. We're all connected now. There is the internet. Even to the countries that don't have as much access to the internet, they know. They know. They occasionally get to their cafes, and just a spark of these juices that we have in America and infinite knowledge, it
Yes.
spreads. Word of mouth is
Yes.
still the biggest form of transferring information to one human being to another. So they
America
know.
has been the source of it all. Afro Americans, everything we do here goes global. Everything.
Mhm.
My friend Adu pointed that out to me one day, and I was like, so this is the reality. If this is the source, If this is Canaan's land, everything goes global from here. Now I see why it has been every time we shift up, it seems like there's 2 steps back that's taken. And all we have to do is be mindful of that. If every single one of us are mindful of the source is here and we're in everything and it's influencing everywhere, then we'll be mindful of what we're doing. We like you said, we become the change. We are the change.
Mm-hmm.
And this is how we guide ourselves to healing. This is how we guide others to healing themselves and moving forward. We gotta be the change.
As a singer, as an I won't even just classify myself as just R&B or just a singer. As a writer, I feel like that change is definitely taking place in the arts and in the business of music. Not slowly, but it's happening at a pace where it's not. For example, if you try to compare hip hop with soul music, obviously soul music and rhythm and blues is like middle-aged grown-ass man, like who has wisdom and experience and reaches like all the ages, touches all the ages. It's still, obvious, though hip hop is super duper global, like it doesn't necessarily hit as if like somebody who's unknown, who doesn't have all of the fame, just takes the same stuff that you're rapping and it has a billion streams, and they sing it back to you. So like you were saying in your message earlier about music, it's very powerful. And I feel like because they know the power of a vocalist is big, is huge, way bigger than if someone was out here to just rap it to you and it just kind of went over your head and you had to study it so many, like the Bible, like how the Bible, we all know the Bible, and if the Bible is the end all be all, why isn't America the end all be all in saving all of the nations? Because words, especially English words, are like a maze. It's a maze. So, but the power of me, I love you, opposed to I love you. The tone in that, even if you don't
The
speak
frequency, the
the
vibration.
language, you're like, your conscious is gonna be like, yes. So that's why I know it's been made a challenge before I even decided this is what I wanted to do in my life as ministry and as a purpose and as a business. It's not going to be just peaches and cream and people are out in front of my house like, hey, we want to invest in you. We want to help you do it. We want to help you spread the message. Because look at Michael Jackson. Look at Sam Cooke, the people that had the power to just sing something and change, or Beyonce would change a nation overnight. They're like, no. Ain't no one person supposed to have that much power, because you outranking the billionaires.
Yeah. All she has to do is just do like her sister. Go completely natural. Start singing from your soul and not from an alternate ego. You see?
No,
and she's at the level where she can do it, right? Nobody gonna tell her no. And nobody's gonna stop listening to her. Everybody's gonna, especially young women, they're gonna be like, you see Beyonce, what she doing? That's what I'm about to do. I'm about to move from my soul. I'm about to do this. And it will change everything.
I believe she is. She's doing it in her perspective. That I didn't.
Her perspective still is growing though.
Yes.
Versus where
she's like, yes.
It hasn't come to full power. And I mean, that's me looking at souls. And so when she gets to that full power, that's the fear she has to let go. Like you ain't gonna lose nothing. You ain't gonna lose nothing. You're only gonna gain. So stepping into that glory where you could put the weave down, you could put the mask down and be Beyonce, you see? It makes all the power. And matter of fact, if she don't want to do it, she could just go into her meditation, say her prayers. She can pass her baton to Solange and put her on the pedestal if she wants. You see? Because Solange is already doing it. She's already singing in her power. You can see it. You can see it slowly moving.
But it's not, I don't think it's just up to one person.
It's not up to one person. I
It's
only
up to the
brought
people.
their names out because they're so global. You see? And I just brought it out like we were saying, like how things could change overnight. And that's how things could change overnight. Like Michelle Obama could have changed things overnight for Black women everywhere. She could have been like, I ain't fooling with these people. I'm about to show y'all who this Black mama really is. And really put on her crown of glory. Literally. You see.
We don't know the politics, and I don't want to know the politics behind the scenes of.
You trust me, you don't. You don't.
I mean,
no,
well,
that's why I don't talk
it.
about it, because it's very diabolical and sinister. And no, I can't even begin to start preaching on it. I just keep my mouth closed and say a prayer every night.
I look at it this way. I look at it this way. If I have
it's not an easy road. It's not.
Let's say this $250,000 that we're raising comes from an individual or an individual organization, and it doesn't come from a ton of people, because we broke it down a million ways. It could come from 10 people or 100 people or one person. We already know that individual are gonna have their perspective on life and their cause and their reason and objective. For example, when I'm out there singing and people decide to tip me, I've from experience known, if you piss me off and I start singing some other stuff, or I'm on a mic cussing the public out now, they not tipping me. They not.
I've seen that on recording.
You have, it's been way worse. The other stuff has been deleted or not recorded, and I'm like, the revolution is not going to be televised. Like, don't televise this. Or when that happened in Hawaii and I went viral and 2 million people heard me say God in the flesh, they fucking deleted the video. I was like,
yeah, they deleted it for you. That happened to a friend of mine. She had a very powerful video on YouTube for Black women singing a song called Black Mama, What You Gonna Do? And it was very interesting how it happened, because they didn't just delete it from her account. Man, I can't even speak on
the platform. I don't think the platform did. I think it was the woman.
It was like some disturbing CIA stuff where all of the hardware drive was taken. They were hoping to like get rid of the source of the song and everything, and some writings her brother was working on. It was that deep. We were blown away. And so this was like almost 20 years ago when this happened. And so I said then with a friend in private, I said,
what? Wow.
Yeah. I said, I told my friend, I said, another friend in private, I talked to her about it, and she said, it's time for you to just start moving in silence. You got to do this, because like you said, the revolution not going to be televised. However,
it's definitely
it will rise.
That was a saying that we see is almost not even physically possible, because these bad boys are like, and even if it's not a phone or a camera that's on you, there's cameras in the sky, so technically it all is. And that's why I'm like, that's why it pays to live in your truth. Yeah. Because not just karma, but leave a man alone. Give Uncle Sam his taxes and follow the rules. And now Uncle Sam is not physically out here telling me and trying to lock me up for singing on the corner and playing my amplification. He got y'all asses out here policing me, talking about, hey, you're breaking the rules. Like, these judges are not like, they're not. No,
Uncle Sam don't care. They just want you to pay your taxes, report your income, you good. And everybody else is like, well, we have rules. We don't want you here. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
I do know it's a reminder, though. I have to move as a ministry now. Like, my ministry for a long time was outside. I have to move like a building now, like an organization, just like these mega churches. And I don't even like to use that word or want to use that word because I don't consider myself a church. I'd rather movement or organization or community.
Church really is defined as a group of people gathering together. So that a church can be anywhere. A church isn't a building. It's really not. It's a gathering together, like you said, of people, of like-minded individuals for a purpose. That's a ministry. It's not a mission. It's not like whatever they be talking about. I don't know. That's the purpose.
But the people are programmed to not respecting your business or the build up, the startup, the come up, unless you're moving as an entourage or moving with a building or moving with, like, we're not trained now to see things for what they are and who they are. Like, for example, Tyler Perry, I'm sure this is himself and a selective few seeing his potential at the beginning. And those same people invested in him and worked with him. And
he started his tribe young. He did. I don't remember. I don't want to go that deep. I just only remember him coming to New Orleans and doing plays and having the privilege to go and see that and see the groundwork. It was amazing. We loved it. I loved it. It was just that amazing. And I'm telling you, I never did put it on my mind to say, like, I didn't leave going, oh, he gonna be worldwide famous. I just left going, man, that felt so good. I loved it because it hit home. That's what he did, plays about how we were growing up, how we lived, his personal experiences growing up. And Medea is like a lot of people, grandmamas, they don't realize that he based that character, like her whole personality. Like, I was like, there's not a Black family in here who don't have a big mama Medea or a mama that's rolling just like that in the family. And and I think all of that positive, good energy that people left with is what vibrated and catapulted him up. Like, we didn't go, oh, we gonna make you famous and he gonna be famous. We were just like, we loved you and we want more of you. And that's what expanded that whole momentum. And I love it. I don't care when people talk bad about him. Like, I don't want to hear nothing about him. Personal.
I love him. I love him too. He
has moved in his purpose. What's up, BB Legends mom?
Big shout out to everybody. I look at it. I brought it up to say he had to take it. He had to take it to you got to package it and present it to the people accordingly, whether it be the beginning or, now you got $250,000 to invest in the packaging. Because me and Eternal talk about when we raise this $250,000, that's only the beginning. That's the seed. That's the seed money. that's not the end all be all. Like, not at all. That's to, okay, now we got, that's gas money, literally. To, okay,
To get you
let's
going. Yep. That's to get
so
you going.
I mean, it's been a lot of years that I've not been keeping track of all of the souls that I come across on this. It's been 20 years, 20 years to be exact, just out publicly doing what I've been doing without an entourage or a building. And now to learn the power of it and the psychology behind it, if I don't package it properly, the American people are trained to look at you accordingly.
Yep. It is, and I agree 100% with that mindset, because presentation is everything. You want to present something in reflection of how much you love it, how much energy you're putting into it. So you're not going to cook a gourmet meal, right, and then put it on a garbage can lid and say, here, enjoy. I made it. It's delicious. Don't worry about don't worry about how I'm presenting it.
It
It's
reminds
still
me
going to
of
taste good.
Tyrone from In Living Color, Damon Wayans,
Tyra.
when the reporter came to interview him, Jim Carrey came to interview him in his home, and he was like, okay, well, this and that, like, and he was trying. Remember that scene? That reminds me of that. So that's me. I'm on the street performing like I'm still at the Apollo, or like I'm, just, I mean, because literally that's how I view, that's how I'm moving.
Yeah.
And but to face like all of these souls and know that like over 90% of us is just kind of living in the program. They're not gonna see me or see it for, what I'm striving to do. Though I know I'm speaking to the God in you, and I know
However,
you hear it. I know you
however,
feel
they
it.
can see it because
They're not gonna show that they see it.
your vibrations are strong. So you set it's really within you, within your soul. That's your magic. It's in your soul to create the frequencies when you begin to present. So you set the stage. Shakespeare wrote about this all the time, and people wonder to this day, first and foremost, who Shakespeare was and who he really was, and who was he talking about. That's all a mystery still. But I'm telling you, he was telling you a secret. You set the stage. You set the stage. Everyone's a character. So you set the stage. It's your world. So you have something to present. You set the stage. You come out. You set it up how you want it to look. And then right from within you, as you start to inhale and exhale and flow with what you are bringing forth, creates the frequencies of what you're presenting. And regardless of the person's mindset, they'll have no choice but to see it for what it really is.
Oh, I'm when I go out there, and even if I touch one person a day, job well done. It's
Right.
only when I start to get into logic and wanting to do business at a certain level, and be received and accepted like a a production. That's when I start getting into, I can't do it, or doubt and insecurities. But I can't. I did his for the past over 5 years. I can't go out there and not be recorded, or someone not stop and show some gratitude. So I
Right.
know this. I know it's being done.
That's how I came across you, because of what you were doing. That's it. Just that what you said. That's how I first um you were just like, let me go live and let me just start talking and singing about what I'm doing. And I got on my phone, and the thing popped up. Somebody's live on, I can't remember the name of the group. But it was a group on FB. And I clicked on and I was like, oh, he's really good. Because you set the stage, you created the frequency, and you were just, let me just do my thing. And that was that.
And here we are.
And so and at that minimum, like that, think of that as your small mustard seed, like that minimum, that small little thing you were doing then, compared to all the expansive things you do. I mean, that's how it grows. Because like you said, if I just touch one soul a day, well, I was that one soul that day. Who was like, I love this. I messaged you, was like, yes. So,
It's when you in the business of the mass public, you don't know. All you know is first person. So that's another reason that kind of brings me back to why I'm like polyamorous sounds, for me personally, sounds more logical than if I tried to sit here and be because I know how selfish I can be, and I wouldn't want to take someone's time and not even leave them time for themselves or time to do whatever they want to do. Like, why? Because I know I can be super consuming and like a big ass baby. Like, where you going? What you doing? Why are you doing it? When you doing it? Where you doing it? Like, just always want attention. Like, fuck everybody else. Fuck the world. Fuck them. Let them die. Like, just. And I know that's again my personal. That's not me all
and
day. But I'm like, I don't
that's
want to.
why you're open to it, because you're like, I gotta let them be free.
Yes.
That you still need your needs met. So you're like, if you're open to having multiple relationships, then you can always, your needs are always going to be taken care of. Like somebody will be there for you. Somebody else can be there for you.
That being there, or that somebody being there state of mind. First, I had to, the universe just stripped me multiple times, and
Okay.
the last time was a surprising time, because I wasn't incarcerated. So I'm like, here I am feeling like the loneliest person in the universe, and I'm not in jail. I'm not in prison. And at that point, I was like, okay, it's for a reason, and I'm too grow to speak to self and deal with self and just go inside and not just stuck inside, but be able to come in and out, not balance, basically freaking balance, because a lot of us don't have no balance. We spend too much time eat external when we out, and now we just live off of just being sucked and consumed up under everybody else and no time for ourselves. And then there's a lot of us fucking weirdos that have spent too much time inside in narcissism, and all this technology forces people to just, now you scared to talk on the phone. You only want to text. You don't want to talk. You don't want to video chat. Like, what fucking person? This is the minds that are out here wanting to like date and
Because
engage.
it becomes comfortable because you're still in that state of healing and you're hurting and you don't want anybody to see that you're hurting. So you just, or you're like you said, like some people like, I don't want to be bothered. I want to stay in my bubble. So I'm over here. This is like, it becomes safe ground. And um it takes away accountability too. Like you don't have, not accountability to someone else, but accountability to them, like for them, for self-love towards them. Because in reality, reaching out to someone else in a form of sharing vibrations and frequencies, and that comes with hearing the sound of someone else's voice. That comes with seeing the energy emanating from their skin, their face, their body. That is a part of self-love, because that nurtures you and that other person as well. It should. And so when you cut all of that out, shut down, universal shutdown, everybody about to die. That's what the media says. And it really has created more of an energetic illness than the actual illness. You got more people just now more and more getting deeper into their depression, deeper into the illnesses they already had, taking over their body. Yeah, because I mean, a lot of people passed away. They were mentioning that weren't passing away from COVID. And I mean, you created pandemonium and fear that struck through not just an area, but nations worldwide.
And fear in itself will cause you to stress, get sick, and slowly, if not quickly, break your immune system down. Just fear alone.
Yeah.
We're not gonna make that mainstream media though. But again, it's some heavy.
Mystic is a singer, and she's in New Orleans right now.
Who?
Isaiah Mystic. Promo music
link us.
Going here too.
I didn't know you was like you from here or something.
Born and raised, baby. Why you think I told you go there? I knew you was gonna be safe. Ancestors rule, honey. Yep. Just watch that shadow man. Disgusting ass.
Huh? I was trying. I can't add that. I was trying to share the live. Fuck it, I can't share the live. But I did get the phone that has gospel on it. And
I got gospel too.
You don't have the track that I can actually sing to over here.
It's all right. You can sing along with it. If you don't.
No, I already have the track that I can sing along to. I'm talking about the chords, the music.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you play piano, then I've never performed.
Promo music plays piano.
If they did that, where's he located?
Seattle.
We all spread out, aren't we?
We all spread out. But that's okay. That's why virtual. This is why virtual reality is to our favor, because even though
can you see the comments?
I couldn't go to I couldn't go to the studio during the shutdown. However, I could create. That would be. I can't read it.
He asked what I literally just asked. I asked for him.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you can create tracks and share them. You can I send chord changes to my friend through the email. Here are the chord changes, use these, now create some music around this. And so that's to our favor, the way things are going now, to do stuff like this. And so we're not
It's always being germ conscious.
We're not limited. Yeah. I think being germ conscious is forces you to be mindful of your spirit and soul and how people are living. You gotta at some point start realizing that you are in a temporal state of existence. So you want it to be extended. You wanted to make sure that you're doing your purpose while you're here and you're not cutting out early. Take care of yourself.
You know, maybe not for a long period of time, but I would say since 2016, I was a part of that masked crowd, that odd person in public that had a face mask on and just like,
oh yeah, they had a lot of young men in New Orleans too. They were doing that because they
I've
kept saying,
mostly only seen Asians
yeah,
doing it.
yeah,
I didn't see in New York or like, cause I traveled and it started because I'm thinking, I can't remember when exactly I started it, but I know I identified when Luke James, he's a singer from here as well that I got to meet, and it's fucking bomb. And I don't identify with a lot of, well, I know there's a ton of male singers that are tank and just, they're super duper dope and black and probably just as conscious, but not just, hey, look at me. Hey, look at me.
right.
Get the latest. Long story short, he posted of something him on the plane, and he had his mask on, and he was like, such and such, y'all not gonna get me sick. And I was like some of us who knew, we've been on it. Like, because if your job, if this is your day job,
Yep.
nobody got time for no code or nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. And how people was living before all of this.
Yeah.
That European, I don't even want to just start speaking like my grandfather. There's a couple of us that were not conscious and aware of, you know, how easily you can just cough. And Pro Music says the Asian community here has been wearing masks before COVID.
Oh yeah, they've been wearing masks for years.
Again, and so have vocalists who sing for a living.
Yeah, when I was younger, I always kept a scarf around my neck, and in that scarf, I could just drape across my face.
That's what I used to do too. That's what I would do too. I was gonna get back to say, I was like thinking, I was envisioning like you playing this, like, and me performing it, because I've never got to perform it live. Yeah, I've never performed it with a band.
Okay.
Or a piano player. The person who made it like went off to Italy. I've never seen him again. That was like a big reason why I just like shut down musically, because I'm like, I'm supposed to be this singer-songwriter.
Everybody has, their journeys, and that person was there for the minute. Yeah, you gotta let go, move forward.
I did, but that track that we put together has been opening doors since. And I was just so curious to like, did this young guy know? And I'm saying young guy like I'm not young, but he's maybe a few years younger.
We all young.
We all are young, but young meaning naive. You can be young and have wisdom. Not a lot of wisdom, but some wisdom.
He said, email me the chord changes and he gonna hook you up.
Well, I'm about to perform it right now.
You gonna perform it, and I'll make sure.
Yeah,
I guess you gotta message him your email address. Yeah.
We'll do that, and it's also in my like in my the little bars. But this is why I'm like, love, we gotta just be in. All of us just has to be in a household. Like the money and the resources is there, and that's what our responsibilities are taken care of, and we're growing not just as artists but as entrepreneurs. Like, how else can you build a brand or a virtual brand? Because some people that are building this success online, whether it be a YouTube channel or a website or whatever, like, these corporations are spending millions on it.
Mm-hmm.
These people working on these brands daily. It doesn't stop. That's why you have a staff. So from, you know, for me to be pushing, even when I was performing Take Me High, or we was talking about it, I was thinking, I'm like, yo, I sometimes take for granted the fact that I should be just pushing one single and one song at a time. I talk with Eternal about that too. Push it for 3 months, campaign the mess out of it.
Yeah, because one will expand and ripple to the rest.
Yeah, opposed to trying to, I put them all, I put like 7 of them out. Yeah, 7. And but when you see me, I'm performing covers. So yeah. I'm like, oh, and the people are paying me. Nah, I won't say that. They're paying me whether I sing my stuff or somebody else's stuff.
Yeah. As long as you sing from your soul, they be like, oh, come on, Howtospellmark, gonna do it.
I don't know if I'll be able to get that email from the comments. You're gonna have to like inbox it, but I'm gonna perform this.
I think you could copy it. You could copy it once the video is over. You can go in and like just press down on it, and it'll say copy or something like that. You know how you could copy messages. You can copy,
but from a video, I'm not sure.
No, the comments in the comments section after the video is over.
But it's gonna be a video.
Oh well.
It's cool. It's cool. I'm sure he'll just get it to me.
Yeah, I'm unsure of the process. I don't think I've copied and pasted anything from the.
What's good, Ace King?
On the other ones I did.
All right, let me perform this song. This episode we got to keep doing this until you get back to New Orleans. I don't even know how much time we're in now on this, but we're gonna find out. And yeah, this song, man, I didn't want to publicly release this song when I wrote it, because I thought it was gonna be offensive to people, like how I feel about the Black woman. Like,
the song that you feel that way about is the most popular song I've learned. Yeah. I wrote a song that I felt would be offensive to people, and that's the only song people like to play on SoundCloud. I'm like, wow, this song has more hits than anything. Wow. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
Because it's from your heart.
And it's not, you know, just I don't want to single it and just call it a Black song or a Black woman song. It's a woman empowerment song.
Yeah.
It's just... So amazing, so wonderful. I'm so thankful because of you. My whole world, my entire life. Ooh, girl, I'll sacrifice blessings to your mama too. The world is so lucky that she birthed you. I swear there's been no bigger miracle. Down on my knees, begging you, please, please, lady, Don't change a thing. So perfect, so fine. I'm taking the time. Got me thinking, God. Got me saying hallelujah. 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 Oh, baby. Oh, yeah. Girl, you so fine, I just can't get you off my mind. Yeah. The church might not like this, but I'll kneel to you. And that's my divine touching is what I wanna do. 'Cause I can't believe that I'm staring at a miracle. And all I wanna be is down on my knees, begging you, please, please, lady, don't change a thing. So perfect, so fine. I'm taking the time. Got me thinking, God. Got me thinking, hallelujah. 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 Oh, baby. Oh. Blessings. We never. I was supposed to go to Toronto for that song, and work with
Oh, wow.
OVO.
That would have been amazing.
Yeah, I met somebody from OVO Records, and OVO is Drake's label. And
Okay.
yeah, this guy, I think his name was Kevin. He heard me playing it on the subway, and I was playing the track, and he was like, "Who is that?" And I was like, "Oh, that's my man's Howtospellmark." He's like, "How do I find him? He sounds great." And I was like, "Oh, well, yes, hit it, go to the website, such and such and such." And he actually followed up, and that's when I
Okay.
told him, I was like, "That's me." He's like, "Oh," and yeah, at the time, I was really excited about going and doing it, and then I just had a change of heart based off of, you know, they weren't they were like kind of trying to have me put up some of some money that I didn't have at the time to make things happen. And I was at the time like, I don't have it. Like I want the opportunity. You guys want me, and I'm the opportunity. I'm confused. Like, well, just get here. You can crash on somebody's couch when you get here. And I'm like, okay. So I was like fundraising and trying to get it to get out there. And then I read Think and Grow Rich and was like,
Yeah.
bitch, I'm the source. I'm the source. I'll never forget
There we
that
go.
conversation. I'm on the phone like, yo, dude, I'm doing me. And he was just so shocked and surprised. Like, who do you think you are? Like, what? Nigga, I wrote this. I can live for the rest of my life off of publishing. I don't even have to perform it. Let you perform it. Or let Drake perform it.
Yep.
And since then, that road of independence is a road that, you know, if you're strong enough and want to do it, then go ahead. But no, it requires time, dedication, and money. And the people sleep on the dedication part, because sometimes you have to dedicate and sacrifice and not do certain things because it's taken away from the time that you're supposed to be putting into that. Just like it takes time to raise a child and resources.
I think when you take away the word sacrifice, it helps to expand your movement, because you're not putting anything on the altar, else you wouldn't have anything. You're just making decisions that are for your greater good. And you really shouldn't call that a sacrifice.
That's a dedication.
Yeah, it's a dedication. to you. So nothing has to be destroyed for you to live. It just has to be, like you say, built up. The creative process. And that's the part that takes time. And if you're going to move from your soul that you've been doing, I think you've been doing just that. That's time doesn't exist. Like, let that be a non-existent factor and just move with your eternal thinking, your eternal thoughts of, all right, it's done. It's already done. Now I'm just working on
Vibe
bringing it
tribe.
into reality. Yeah, the vibe tribes. And they're going to come one by one and two by two. You don't have to force them. You don't have to lure them in. They just come one by one, two by two. When they come, they come. And in the meantime, don't focus on the fact that they're not there.
No, I feel like y'all here. I definitely feel like y'all are here. And I've been feeling
Focus.
like that since I was sleeping on the streets and homeless in Los Angeles or homeless in Florida because I wanted to just get a one way and go with my heart. No, I don't know
Focus
anyone
on
there.
all your angels of love around you.
And even the
Yep.
people that I met, that I've been meeting on the streets for all these years, I know they're still there. People walk up to me often and they find me on social media and they go through the exact time, moment, and so on and so forth. And I'm like, I don't know who you are or what you're talking about. But probably was me because yeah, you're the guy from the train
You're
out and
just
out. And I'm
grateful.
like,
Yeah. You just like, man, I'm glad you remember me. I appreciate you remembering me. That's a good feeling. Yep.
it's,
That's a
it's
good prayer too. Remember me. I mean, it is actually a prayer written in the Bible. However, we don't recite it to ourselves, and we're supposed to. We, when we say the scripture, do this in remembrance of me. That's not an external factor. That's supposed to be you. That's supposed to be about you. Like, what am I doing in memory of me, of who I am, my soul being? So, yep. When somebody remembers you, shout them out. Oh, I'm so glad you remember me.
shout out
Send
to
me a picture of who you are.
I want to rack up on these testimonies and just again,
Yeah.
that's
And so
my
you can
goal.
post it. That's why I was like, send me a picture. You could share it. Share their comments, share their photo. People love
That's
that. Fans love that. Let me tell you something. When I was younger, if the people I used to be fans of, okay, let's just say, for example, this will give people
thank
a
you.
clue to how long I've been on the
Thank you.
scene.
Pro
Let's say
music.
if New Edition, when I met them, would have taken my picture and posted it and been like, I'm so happy she remembers us and she's a fan all these years from 1986. I mean, I would be floored. I would be so happy.
86?
Yeah. New Edition came out in 1984 or 5.
No, I'm just like
Mm.
86 is the year I developed on this planet.
Yeah.
You went to see
Yeah.
him then?
You and my brother, no, he was 84. He came in right when they started singing. And um, so 84, I was 10. 86, I was 12, and I met them and lit up my world. I was like, oh my God. And like, so when someone can win a singer, I mean, they're not nearly as great as you are. They were great
What?
songwriters.
What?
No, I'm
Thank
being
you.
real. They're good
Thank you.
songwriters. They're good songwriters. Their material compared to the material that was written for them when they were children is
Oh,
totally different. So the material that they sang were written by older people. Remember that? With more wisdom or experience. So when they began writing their own songs, you can see the difference of character, life, and everything else. So like that's why I say like your material is can't even compare it. Like is much greater than theirs, because of the experience and the wisdom. And that is a shadow. That is the shadow work when you become famous as a young person. You know, it takes a little longer for you to mature.
Mm-hmm.
LOL, when she was younger. Yeah, I'm still young.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
I
Still
hold
young.
that card. I'm gonna
You
stay
know,
holding that card because I like to grow, and I ain't trying to stop. I ain't trying to stop growing.
I hear that. I hear that. Cause
I ain't trying to stop growing.
wisdom is
So
where's that?
yeah,
We figuring that out. We figuring that out. Like these kids, younger than I am and younger than you are plugged into computers that are plugging us into information of people that are old. They're not here.
just like that.
We
That's
want
why
the
I don't
old
take anything for
stuff.
granted. Just shoot from the hip and tell them the info. Don't butter it up because they don't need it buttered up. They don't need their
And we know
medicine
the
with sugar added.
difference.
You don't have to give them a spoonful of sugar. No, just give it to them. They'll be happy. They like it. They like it bitter. My granddaughter likes to eat bitter things. And that's weird. I was like, you want my chicory root? What? She was like, give me
I don't even know
some.
what that is.
It's a herb. Oh, in New Orleans, you'll find out. They love chicory down there. Chicory root is a herb, and they usually mix it with coffee. But I like to drink it plain. And it's bitter. It's very bitter, and I add honey to it. And it's really good for your digestive tract. So yeah, it's like a cleaning tool. Keeps you cleaned out. And and then another root is bitter is burdock root. Burdock root will keep your blood clean. So that's bitter too. You add a little honey to it. Yeah, but apothecaries down there have it. Um, or even the I don't know what they got down there, to be honest. I don't know.
I feel
They should have
so.
some herb. They should have some herb shops though. They should.
I'm minding my business down here.
You mind your business, baby. Mind your business, please, because that's the best way to move. That is the best
I've
way.
been moving like that before here though. Like the
Yeah.
moving as a new artist in this world, not just this industry. Like I move, and that's from my great, teacher, Sijo Abu Bakr Mualamak. Man, if that lesson in itself, mind your business, I'm gonna make that a course. That might be a book
Yeah. That
if
should
it's
be a
not.
book.
If it's
I'm sure I'm sure there's some titles like that already.
Yeah,
However, it can be expanded on in many different perspectives, like you said.
yes. And that's what I've been like super excited to do because I'm like, the music touches upon one avenue, but then you'll find people that want to dig more and they want to commit and they want to help themselves, but they don't know how. And then the internet bombards you with so much information you don't know, and you're like feeling you don't have the time to be studying all day unless it's put in the form of it's presented to you as an institution. And
Mm-hmm.
at that point, then you're willing to put yourself in financial debt to learn
Yeah.
from a book that some man just like you wrote that you can write for yourself and study your own dang book. Like presentation, this country, this nation is master presenter. Master will present you a rock and be like, here, behold this rock, the greatest rock in the
The
world.
greatest rock. It has frequencies to change everything. Yeah.
I'm not
People
knocking
have
it.
people have made money off of selling rocks,
I'm
painted
not
rocks,
I'm not knocking it. Like
happy face rocks, colorful rocks,
greatest
decorative rocks,
I want to learn. I want to be a
rocks,
student.
rocks to build,
I
rocks
want
to break,
I
rocks
want to
to cook
be a
with,
student.
cook with a rock, pound with a rock. That's old fashioned way.
I don't want to be the marketing department, but I'm definitely aware now that I have to, seek help in that department if I'm going to continue to, want to spread the
Because
gospel.
you need, yeah, it's gonna come naturally. Someone else. That's why I was talking about starting with your fans. Like when people reach out to you, copy what they message you, ask them
Oh
if
no,
they
I
like
have
your
I
stuff.
have documentation for
Yeah,
years.
and share it out because that's your marketing number one. Your fans are your number one marketers, and then you'll have professionals come on later to expand it greater.
We
Because
have an ad now that we've placed because I'm at the point of flooded and overwhelmed. So I just shut down. Like I mean, and only now because I have a budget and more security. Am I open to posting as much as I've been posting? But I still psychologically feel like I need to be running more money, more money, more money. Oh, but I got enough to kind of live for the winter. No, more money, more money. Like I get this $250,000 by myself. Like it's a part of my wiring now, and I'm just like
yeah,
snapping out of that. Like, wait, team. If I'm gonna run and be running and be looking for bodies in teams, maybe not
yeah,
looking but attracting, because the money is so small and minor compared to how we would be moving with a team of 15 of us, and everybody's got a task, everyone's bills is paid, everyone has their own headquarters, and we have meeting spots and scheduling and recreation time, and the kids are good, and this periods daily where we're eating properly, and physical fitness is a religion, not just, oh, I might do it. No, it's religion.
yeah. I have to that that's mindset. That is, I'm over here just saying yes to everything. I'm like, that's it. That's the life. That's the life. No, for real. Because I mean, I moved with what is this? 2020? Okay,
One,
about it's 2021 now. Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Oh,
I didn't
so
correct
okay.
you when you said it earlier, but I was like, okay, I gotta correct you now. I gotta.
So almost 9 years ago, so about 8.5 years ago, I made that commitment to myself to incorporate the lifestyle daily of not just practicing comedic yoga, but actually every movement I make. So that's why you see me keep adjusting myself. And then I was doing like this. Like this is a part of a comedic pose. This helps balance energy and just always um, being mindful of my breathing. Like not just take 30 minutes out of my day to go exercise and run, but every move I make should be a move in prayer, meditation, and exercise for my body. Um, and yeah, it's real. It's real. Try to teach that, like you said, to younger people, including my own. It's hard because, like you said, they plugged into their laptop, their phone, and like you have to move though. You can't just stay stationary. Your body has to start moving. You gotta keep breathing. So
No
I think
sports.
I'm a in my side on this because I gotta get going. It's
Uh-huh.
yeah, but
Okay, love.
it was definitely a pleasure. I enjoyed every moment of it.
Same here. To be continued.
Yes, to be con well, I don't want to say to be continued. We will resume this discussion. When will we do it again? So like today is Friday. You want to do this every Friday?
Today's Friday.
Yeah.
I just
Friday.
I just know it's New Year's. I didn't really keep in mind what I don't even know what days. It's me a lot.
Today
Like
is Friday.
doesn't
It could be every Friday. It could be every Saturday. Just tell me when. I'm gonna pencil it in.
I think let's get off the air and discuss it, because I
Cool.
definitely want. I'm dropping more than once a week.
Okay.
That's I'm playing catch up, and not just catch up, but like organizing all of the content that I have and hire someone to program it to where there's probably be like 2 things dropping every single day for the next 365 days.
All right.
Just
So
that's why
Tuesdays and Fridays. We'll meet
sure.
again Tuesday.
Sure.
And that'll bring a lot of momentum.
Yes. Because we could probably, set a flyer and a time and a theme and ask folks to engage and choose your favorite song that they or she or he performs and join in the discussion and so on and so forth. Like you do for an event. You don't just, I'm the type, I just show up and have events and they're like, oh, what's this? Someone call the authorities. He's playing loud amplification. I just have no promotions, just pull up. Just pull up.
Yeah.
But, that's not always the scientific way of conducting massive business now. So I'm like, I want to do this globally. So
Yep. It's good to now start planning the dates you're gonna go out, promote it, let people have a knowledge of all those times because people will show up. If they gotta show up online, if they can show up, all the people that's there
online, I'm safer doing it online, but in person,
in person.
I no,
You can
I'm when
invite
I
them out to where you're gonna be in person. And because I say this because in New Orleans, that's what we like to do. We like to show up and show out. You
but
invite us,
it's
we're
not
gonna
just
come
in New
say hello.
Orleans. Not speaking on just New Orleans. I found out
Mhm.
when I went to Hawaii or when I
Mhm.
went to Los Angeles, these
Mhm.
artists, they have security for a reason. They don't just
Mhm.
have security because, oh, I'm rich, I'm famous. No. No. So that's why I don't do that. I'm not, no one can clock me until, I mean, I am secured now. Like, that's why I'm like I feel like I'm an artist that's never existed before. Although I feel like I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but some of the things Chris Brown does is like in the arts and martial artists. But
Mhm.
I don't know too many. They're out with it in their commercial.
Right.
Kendrick Lamar, he says Kung Fu Kenny, but I don't know if he's been training and studying like all his life, like I've been doing. So I don't know if anything like that has ever existed. And that's what's kept me safe all these years. But moving forward, I'm like, okay, it's just one of me. What if it's not physical and it's somebody's word against mine? And I'll just
Mhm.
leave it at that. And yeah, Tuesday will be fine. But I was just responding to you. I don't, when it comes to the street stuff and just, oh, show up, meet me there. No,
Okay.
no, no, not unless like security is everything. Not just my security,
Yeah.
the people's security.
I think about that. Like, yeah, you should
That's
have
beyond New
security
Orleans.
in place first.
Cause again, I speak freely, and that's why you go to other parties and events, and they're like, you're not getting in this event unless you sign this non-disclosure. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them. Like, we talking spiritual and, you know, mental redemption now. Like, you hear a conversation or be in a network and it'll change your life. It'll free you from bondage because you was there. So that's why they make you pay for it, or they're not going to just welcome you into nothing. I don't blame it. I understand it now. It makes complete sense. And no, a lot of people are not going to just throw it online and just give it to you. And you and I don't have, I mean, I have time, but it's not like everyone has all of the time in the world to live online and just because you'll physically see it. I don't have to physically tell you. If you see the lifestyle,
I don't think anybody has that energy to do that. It'll be draining after a while, even if you are online.
No, but reality shows do exist. But there's no reality show that exists that shows a lifestyle of how to become financially free. They have the reality shows that are out here. They've trained the general public to want to feed into bullshit and drama. They want to. They want that. They don't want like you on YouTube though. There's people with big followings of that other stuff, how to free you and law and good stuff. I'm not knocking the drama. I'm not knocking the drama and all that other stuff that sells. I'm just saying, not full-time reality, full 24-hour surveillance. I'm just talking about like the little bit of documentation that I've been able to do. And even when Eternal was here with me and he recorded, I would always speak about, yo, we need a camera guy. We need a camera guy. Because if you got to see it for yourself, not because people are not big on words now. If you got to see my lifestyle, you'd be like, oh.
Having a camera person helps. It does. Because you don't have to, I mean, yes, sure, you can put up a camera. Now they have these cameras you can put up on a stand and it pans, it recognizes you and pans for you. However, having a person that can direct the recording, zoom in when it needs to zoom in, zoom out when it needs to zoom out, that type of scenario, yeah.
Powerful.
A camera person is definitely needed. I agree.
So we getting it. I mean, we got it, I believe. I'm just like, you know, let me know when you're gonna be at the airport so I can come get you, or y'all come get y'all, or let me know when you're driving. Because the movement has begun.
Yeah, I'll be on a plane. I'm not gonna drive.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna let you go, love. Let's do it again Tuesday. Let's talk again like before Tuesday and set up, like, you know, set up the details.
Okay.
This was fun, and you got a lot of juicy content that I can.
I've seen this cover. I don't know if it's gonna come out well. Let me see if I can turn it up. What a life for me. I never thought that this could be the way it's handled right now. Emotions be running high. Every night I wish that I could tell you how I feel. Them words be here in my heart. So there is a missing part. How we put it together and how we say it right. And let you hear how every night I be dreaming, hoping, baby, you will be here. Let me take time out to try and find out if this could be real. Cause see, my reality be scaring me. See, I've been living this fantasy. Tell me, how should I feel? Them words be here in my heart. Still there is a missing part. Ooh, what's the missing part? What's the missing part? Deep within my heart, and just like Noah's Ark, 2 by 2 we move forward. Till every night I'm dreaming, no matter if I'm sleeping. With you I keep on creeping, ring puts the power beating. I'll bow to you, my Lord. No lady from my love. One soul, one love, one heart. This is my soul of love. Crowding, angels, speaking, love, being, leaving. Can't remember all the words. But check it. Now you put it together, and now you say it right, and let you hear how every night I be dreaming, I'll be dreaming, yes, I keep on dreaming about you every night. Cause you are my fantasy. Now I'm living in the middle of a dream. Dream a little bit of fantasy. Hoping, baby, you will be here. I dream a little bit of fantasy. That's it.
Nice.
That's my tribute to to Vanessa Williams. I used to love listening to her sing, and she has some writers that were amazing for her music. I was really floored listening to the lyrics of her albums, with particular songs like that one. And she has an actual song called "Take Me Higher" too.
Mm.
She does. And they're very esoteric. I love them. So I decided to do a cover on that one.
Nice.
Because I'm always dreaming.
Tell me about it.
Dream work. And
Dream
so,
work.
yeah, that's what I call it. That's the power. I go into my dreams and things happen. So, and this year I decided to start flipping some of them into reality.
Thank you. Now you're talking.
Yeah.
Now we have.
Seeing that I've learned from the past that I can take them and get rid of them, like stop them from happening. And so now I'm going to be intentional. I'll be more intentional with them. Yep. And you in them. All right. I got to go.
Okay, Queen. Thank you for this
It's fine and sexy. Gratitude for joining.
Thank you for this experience. And all that are going to see it in the future. Or, you know, I've dropped in and dropped out. Like, this is the one-on-one experience, you know, with, I conduct my live shows the same way on the streets. Like, I don't make it just about, oh, I'm performing to people, because we don't sit still today. We're in and out. Welcome to the Matrix. Like, welcome. Like,
Yeah, I've seen your shows. You like to, I thought that was the best part, when you start talking to people and showing the reality of what's really going on.
oh, you gotta see it live though. Like,
I really like the one where you was fussing at somebody. That was funny.
I try not to put that side of the show out too much. It's like, I only just had the courage. I only just had the courage.
It's like, okay. It works.
Yeah. Then I think that to my brother, for he's got some content we didn't even catch it all because you know we forming and getting this camera guy because I can't have the music producer trying to be a camera guy because he's not a camera guy.
Yeah,
But
they coming.
thank you.
All
All right.
right, Keith. I'll be in touch. We'll link up. See everybody again on Tuesday.
Tuesday. Peace.